Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is Word500. So let's start with crypt because the clues are encrypted. I don't know. That's usually how we start Word500. Okay, for the right word, let's just get a bunch of good letters. SNLE would be good ones. Let's just do snail. I don't need the E right away. Okay, this left word, probably PL, and then an N somewhere. Is plone or ploon? Or pleen? Huh. All right, I'm not 100% sure about that yet. So let's just move this A around. What should I do with that A? Like an AU word maybe, or an O? OA would have to go there. Let's look at AU real quick. I can't do the aunt trap. I could do mauve. That's a fun word. Color. All right, there's no E. Okay, so PLU plunk? Let's plunk plunk. Nice. I should start, if I do GeoGuessr, I should start with plunk. Let's see. AED maybe? Could it be EA? I don't like EA, at least not at first. I like this form, but I'm not sure what to put there. Kind of out of the good letters. Is waged a word? Yeah, like you waged war, past tense of to wage. Ooh, AWED, what is that? Like hod, like hemmed and hawed. Ooh. Jawed is a word, but I don't think it would be jawed. Dod. Dod is a word, apparently. Ode. Why did I type based? Bod is not a... Okay, so let's go through each one. Q. No. W can't be. E, not a word. O, not a word. Double A, not a word. Fod, not a word. Jod, Zod, Exod, and Bod. So it was Jod only? Hold on, I thought there was another one. Fod. Oh, Dodd. Dodd was... I don't know. I'm going to go with Jod because I don't know what Dodd would be. It was Jod. Wow. That's a weird word. Huh. Okay, well, let's move on. 2 weird words today. Very strange. At least I didn't fail. Okay, let's do Fibble. So one of these is a lie. Bringing in the E makes the most sense to me. Horde would work. Okay, what did we learn? Okay, the D's disagree. So there is an R in the word. At least one. Oh, and the E, yeah, the E's and... Oh, no, it's just the E's that the E's and the D's disagree. Yeah, there we go. We have our X-Wing. So someone said, we all know what X-Wings are by now, but, you never know if there's new viewers who don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to explain it every time because it's not an obvious thing. So there are exactly 2 lies in these 2 guesses. And we know one of the lies is one of these D's, right? At least one of these D's has to be lying because otherwise they disagree and that's not allowed. Also, one of these E's has to be lying, otherwise they disagree. Well, we found the 2 lies. One of the E's is lying, one of the D's is lying. There's no more lies, so none of the rest of these can be lies. So we can mark them as not lies. So just the D and E. So the option is either this D is lying and this E is lying, in which case there's no D or E, or this E is lying and this D is lying, in which case there is a D and an E. if we wanted to use the D and the E, that seems hard with this H that's forced in here. So I'm going to assume there's no D or E. And let's guess something like March. Okay, well, we know this R is not lying. H? I'm thinking maybe the H does go at the end, even because it doesn't go at the start, and it's not going to go next to an R, I don't think. So I still want to put it there. So if that H is lying, then we're AR something H. So like, my first thought was TH, but I'm not sure what that word would be. PH doesn't make a lot of sense. Ooh. TH, SH? Marsh is gone. There's gotta be another one. Parsh, maybe? Is that a word? No. I don't think there's a word. Because like, where else would this H go? We know this H is not lying because one of the D's and one of these is lying, right? We had our X-wing. So we can't start with H. And I don't see how we'd put an H next to an R. So there's really only one place for it, which means that it has to be like this. Is there any other option besides the S or the P or the T? Okay, H can go second. If we go SHR, in which case the A is the lie. And we can do something like... Ooh, wait, shred. Shred works. Oh, wow. So maybe it's SHR and we don't have the ED. Can't be... I guess it could be A. Can't be E, I, O. So A or U? Shrub. Okay, we know the H is correct and the R is correct because these S's disagree. These E's also disagree, so the D and B are correct. With the D being gray, that does mean our E is also gray. So that's our lie, which means that's our lie. So we're SHRU shrug then? Okay. Wow. Yeah, that was interesting that I was actually able to bring in the ED and make it shred. But yeah, I couldn't imagine how the H would go next to the R, but I wasn't thinking about the triple consonant like SHR or even THR. Interesting. Cool. That was a good one. I like that. Okay. Am I scrolled right? There we go. Let's do connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. Iodine is interesting. Are these elements on the periodic table? Is iodine an element? Let's hold off on that. It's probably that, but let's hold off. Dryer and hamper and washer. Things used when washing clothes. What else? Like, is there a hanger or... Iota is strange. Iron, I guess. There we go. So it is not the elements. Iota, I ought to be able to find... Let's see. Like a small amount? Is that what it means? Silicon Valley? Death Valley? Hidden Valley? Ranch? Uncanny Valley. There we go. Um, so what's our last thing here? One of them's supposed to be easy. Lead and steer and direct and guide. There we go. It's not lead, it's lead. A shepherd. Myself, iodine, iota, and one? Can be honest, these have nothing in common in my brain at all. Let's just see what it ends up being. What I might mean. What? Okay, so I for iodine, is that an abbreviation for iodine? Iota, I don't know why I would be iota. Myself, like if I say I mean myself, and it could be the Roman numeral for one. Okay, sure. Don't know what to say about that one. Never in a million years. Okay. Let's do Word500. So let's find a starting word first. I don't want to do a double letter if I don't have to. Dryer? That's double letter too. Death. Okay. We'll start with death. Okay. So the way this game works is just like Wordle, except we don't color the letters. Instead, we just get how many of each color, and red is gray. So there's one green and one yellow in death. We don't know which is which, but we know there's exactly one green, one yellow. So maybe I'm going to try it. I'll try an AE, right? So we're assuming the A is green and then the E is yellow. I can use underscores so it doesn't red out. So there's plenty of words for this. How about scare? All right, so 0 greens, 1 yellow, which means I did not, that means A is not green, obviously. And in fact, between A and E, only one of them is in. Let's assume that at least one of AE is in, though. So, and the E. So maybe I should just put A second, and then maybe I can bring in, like, maybe if I do like a double T, then that T would have been green. So if I do like a baddie or something, let's try that. 1 yellow and baddie. Okay, so it could be like A. Oh, it could be like DA, I suppose. No, A would have to get moved again. So maybe start with D and put an A there. Is that going to happen? I'm assuming I got the A right each time, which may or may not be the case. These are definitely not necessarily true, so let's get rid of that. But if I can think of a word with D and A, that would be very helpful. Can't do DR, which makes this harder, I think. Maybe not even. I don't know what I would do. If I put the A here, then I think I just need to end in H. Because I tried the EAT already. So maybe there's something like that. Not seeing something, because we can't do SH or TH or CH. And I don't, the only thing I see for PH is olive, but it's there's no E in this case. So let's assume that there is no A. Let's go with that. So what did I do here? We also know that if there's a T, it has to be the yellow. If there's a E, so E could have been green here and yellow there. Let's look at what that looks like. So this would be yellow. And then I'd have a yellow T in both of these cases, maybe? That feels okay. So I could do like TE something. Or the T could be at the end, but let's look at TE. I can. Tepid doesn't work. I'm gonna do like 10, but I don't see a word. Maybe ending in T? Why is this so hard? Like IT? Merit. I can't do the R. How's there nothing? Okay. Okay, let's look at something else. Let's say we had a D up front, and then there's an E somewhere else. So like D something E. Can't do DR. The letters I have left just don't really work well together. Or I could put the E here. Put the E there. So like DI, DO. Like DO something E. Is there another option? I could do something like EPH. Not a big fan of that. Okay, what if this E was correct and I am supposed to have an H somewhere else? Wait, what am I yellowing in baddie? Hold on. I messed that up. I need to use something from baddie. I think I ruled out the A just by not thinking of a word, which maybe isn't the best way of ruling out A, but we're ruling out A for now. If we rule out the T, then I don't know if I like yellow B or yellow Y, to be honest. Bringing in the E just makes sense. And then a D or an H. So if I did like HE and then I included like a B somewhere, or a Y, not happy with this at all. Let's look at A being correct the whole time again. That's completely forced if A is correct. T is forced out, so I'd have a D or an H. Like D and then an A here or something. I remember looking at this. Couldn't think of a word, but I'll look again. Or we could have like AH at the end. The only word I can think of is Raja for that. I may have to do a filler. If I did a filler, my goal would be to get reds. So, like, get 5 reds. So I'd like to rule out the D and the B and the Y, maybe? What if I did something like Derby? I think that has that really risks getting some positive information. You know what? Let's just see what this gives us. Yeah, it gave us positive information. Green and yellow. Well, we know the green's not the Y. What if the green was the E here? What does that tell us? It tells us that there's no R or A. There's a D or a B that's yellow, or the Y is yellow. What if this B was yellow? We're in what if territory. We're in super what if territory. And then we'd have to have a yellow H. So it would be H. There'd be a like HEB or something. I don't like this already. All right. Derby just wasn't good enough. Let's assume the D, B, and Y are still red, and let's do something else. What if I did baddie? There's one yellow in baddie as well. Darn it. So I'm just not getting the info I need. If I do Patty, I'm hoping for... That's not enough information. Derby, baddie. Could the B be the yellow? I don't know. How about something like pound? One yellow and pound? This is terrible. I'm gonna do scram. And I have to... This is terrible. One yellow and scram, really? So that means there's no E, right? Because scram has a yellow. Oh no, there could be an E if there's an M. Right. If we make the single assumption that there wasn't an M in the word, that means SCRA has to have a yellow in it. So there's no E. So let's start with that. It's not much. And we're assuming there's no M. I don't even know if I want to solve this at this point. I messed it up. I gambled and I didn't get the info I needed. This is probably the hardest solve I've done. Probably just messed it up. It's really feeling like A's got to be yellow, but let's take a look at that. What does that do? It gets rid of RSC. It gets rid of D, Y, and B. Oh, we can't. A cannot be yellow. So let's just look at A yellow on its own. If A is yellow, that gets rid of SCRM. So no SCR. It also gets rid of E. E is gone. R is gone. It gets rid of B, D, and Y. Yeah, that doesn't work. That makes this all red. We need a green and a yellow in there. So A cannot be in the word. We've proven that. Only one of ER can be in the word. Yeah, so if only one of ER is in the word, then there has to be at least one of dby in the word. Okay, so there's only one of dby in the word because of baddie. So there has to be an E or R in the word, which means there's no S or C. If we assume there's no M, which I think is okay to assume, then the R is yellow here in all of these. So there's no E. All right. Having an R is helpful. So what if we were DR? That seems to line up here and here. So there'd be no B or Y. So I'd need one of these T's to be yellow. That would make this T yellow. One of these D's would be yellow. This D would be yellow. And there we go. That would all line up. So it would be DR, and then it would end in T. It would be new letters otherwise. Drift. I got it. Wow. Oof. That was tough. I gambled on some of those fillers and did not figure it out. But it constrained it enough that we could logic into it. Very cool. All right. The only thing I had to assume is no M in the word, I think. But even so, I think even with no M in the word, yeah, with no M in the word, that fell. It could have had an E maybe and then an M, but I don't think that would have worked if I had tried it. Cool. I'm glad I got that. I was about to give up. All right, let's do polygonal. Wow, we have a 6-letter word and this repeats and this repeats. Gotta be pretty limited. What do I want to do here? Like an R? No, R doesn't seem to work. Maybe an A? Maybe like ST? Look at double O here. What can we do here? What about like TH? Shooth. Doesn't seem to work, does it? I could do whoosh. Wow, okay. How about double E then? H was really good. Darn. I'm trying to think what. It needs to be a letter that can be second in a consonant and no, it's second both times in the consonant. Interesting. We need to be able to end a word. That's why I liked H. It's not an S either. Okay, I'm going to think about a different option, which is to put a double consonant here. L, maybe? The problem is I need a vowel here, so maybe we'd end in E. Belie. No, that's 5 letters long. I kind of like the IE, but I can't think of a word for that. Belly, I tried. Doesn't it feel like it's got to be another vowel there, like U or I? I don't know what that word would be. This could be double R. Kind of like the IE ending. Fairy? Berry? Like that doesn't work. I don't know how this works. We do like double FLE. Or PPLE, like ripple is a word. Or riddle. Pedal? Pedal? Is it tease? No. What else goes here? Pebble. Wow. That form has a lot of options, actually. Who knew? Okay. So pedal is to sell things, and pedal is to apparently fondle or pet. Okay. Interesting. All right, well, let's do the mini. Well, how many options were there? 45 words? And some of them are, this RE is a British spelling. Is it? Obsolete form. It's not even British spelling. Nettle. So, yeah, double E wasn't really an option, interestingly. Veggie. Oh, so the IE I could have done veggie. Interesting. Wouldn't have really helped. Okay. Well, let's do the mini. Oh, these repeat. So, I don't know. I don't think I have one prepped for this. How about never? Nope. I want to do honor, but there's no N or R. Can I put a consonant here? Probably. But let's do a double I. Double I there's like civic or... Actually, civic and mimic don't work because they have additional repeats, but I can never think of what to do here without repeating another letter. Livid, for example, but we can't use the V. Lipid. Ooh, ends in D. Could this be L? I don't see how that could be L. So L's probably here. And then, like ballad? Apparently that's not, yeah, ballad's 2 L's. Salad, though. There we go. Okay, cool. 480 words a match. Civil. I'm trying to see if there's double nihil. Like nihilism? Sigil. Sigil's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, sigil was possible too. That would have gotten a lot of information. All right, cool. Well, let's do symbol. We'll start with blaze. All right, nothing from blaze, so we do toxin. So let's try that I in place. We could do civic. Don't know if I want to. We could do rigid. Rigid's pretty good. Oh, interesting. Okay, so blue is yellow. So there's no I in the word. It's probably like DR or GR. And then, oh, how about grand? No, we can't end in D. Can't do grant either. But like, yeah, GR or DR, and then N here makes the most sense to me. But at the same time, we can't do ND or NT or NE. Oh, there's no A, so it would be a U, like grunt. But again, no T. This could be a T here, but then what do we do? I mean, it seems pretty clear this would have to be a U. Now, it doesn't have to be R second, but I don't see how else this is going to work. Because it's got to be R, G, or D second. And if G or D is second, another G or D is first. So, not going to work. So R is second, and then I don't see how we follow up the R other than with a U, because all the other vowels are tried. The fourth letter is not an I, it's not an X. It could be N, O, or T. But I don't see how we would be UO. So I think N or T. Let's look at DRU. Drunk. There we go. Got it. It's the K that I wasn't thinking about. Nice. All right, got it in 4. Considering nothing from Blaze, getting it in 4 is pretty good. All right, let's do Fusele. We'll start with drunk. Ooh, UN in place. I'll take it. I have to repeat a letter though. How am I going to do that with UN in place? I'm not sure I can. The word could be stung. Stung. It can't be stunk. I like stung as a guess, but it doesn't repeat a letter. So can I don't see how it would repeat a letter like this. If I could do stuns, so that repeats a letter. Okay, so it's probably UNT. Blunt? Nope. It is UNT though. Oh, OUNT probably, like count? No, it's not. What the heck? How about AUNT, the aunt trap? Yes. Jaunt, vaunt. I think vaunt is a word. Jaunt, vaunt, gaunt, haunt. I have to do a filler. But we're gonna get a lie. I don't know if I want to do a filler when we're gonna get a lie. But the next guess, I only get 3 letters. What are our options? Taunt is an option. Gaunt, haunt, jaunt, vaunt. Yikes. Oh no. If I use the T, it needs to be first. But we're going to get a lie anyway, so I'm not sure that that's super helpful. With the lie, it's so hard to do a filler. I'm thinking about how to use as many letters as I can, but I do like, I think thugs might be the best option. Haunt. There we go. That was really lucky that the lie was the S. We knew there was no S. So it had to be the H. Wow, that was super lucky. Okay. And we were lucky that there was positive information about which one it was. Okay. Very cool. Let's do the blind version. We'll start with haunt. Nothing. But this doesn't give us yellows, so we still have to try these letters again. Just on those spots. Let's do stare. All right. We don't end in T. We know that. So maybe we end in S. Maybe we're a plural. What are some really common letters to get here? An N maybe? Like, oh no, we know there's no, it's not NS. I mean, I guess there could still be an N though. L. I want an L. What am I doing here? Boils. Okay, it does not end in S. It could end in A or R. Let's say we end in R. Oh, I can't guess R, so I guess we're gonna end in A. If I can. You can't use an A elsewhere. If there's an A in the word, it's at the end only because of the way this clue works. This is one of the previous letters, but if the A were also earlier, it would have preferred putting a blue earlier. So, or making it green. There's not another A. So I gotta use a U, I guess, or a Y. We know there's no T. We know there's no S. If there's no A, then there's also no R. Oh, there's EE is available. I really think it just ends in R, but I can't guess R in this because of the twist. It doesn't let me guess R. I think the E might be the thing to use here. Something like delta, but we know there's no T or L. I could just do a pure filler. Let's just do a pure filler. Because it's not letting me guess the answer. I want the E and the U, ideally. But I'd settle for just the E. Wait, we know there's no E. Sorry, we know there's no E because this E was blue. Shoot. Okay, so only U then. Let's put a U in the middle then. So there's only one vowel. It's probably in the middle. We also don't know if there's an O or not. We're just not allowed to guess O. Okay. Let me sit up. What am I doing? It could easily have an O second. Shoot. I gotta guess something. All right, I'm going to guess human. I think that'll give me info that I need. There is a U, and there's no A. So we end in R, and there's a U. And U can't be in the middle anyway, because of haunt. Oof, okay, so it's probably like something like this. Or maybe the O is, maybe it's an OU word. I thought of scour, which I might guess anyway, if I can't think of a word. I think I might I'm going to guess scour just to get info again. Right, C, U, and R are correct. This is not an O, though. Oh, and this one I have to do a filler again? Okay. Well, it's down to the last guess, but what goes before the C? Occur? I think it's occur. So I'm going to try an O and a C in those spots, and then we'll just get other letters, I suppose. What would I even want? Honestly, no clue. Doesn't really matter. The answers occur. There. I knew it. That's a tough word, considering the info I had. Okay. Scour was a good filler. I enjoyed that one. Even though this was the orange clue, so the O just wasn't here. So it ended up first. Cool. Well, those were some tough games today, or I just wasn't doing well. Either way, it was tough for me. Hope you enjoyed them. And if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.